Mary.
Thanks, Caroline. I just watched a CNN segment on a new app called ICEBlock, and it kind of appeared to be promoting this app where you can tell people where ICE agents are. Given the recent rise...
An app that tells people where ICE agents are?
Yes. And given the rise, I believe 500% increase in assaults on ICE agents, I wanted to see if you could comment on that and why CNN would be promoting such an app.
Well, it's a very good question. I'll have to go back and watch the clip myself, but surely it sounds like this would be an incitement of further violence against our ICE officers. As you know, as you stated, there's been a 500% increase in violence against ICE agents, law enforcement officers across the country who are just simply trying to do their jobs and remove public safety threats from our communities. And that's something we as Americans, including journalists at CNN who live in many of these cities where illegal aliens are hiding and were let in from the previous administration, should be very grateful for. So we haven't seen the clip. We'll take a look at it, but certainly it's unacceptable that a major network would promote such an app that is encouraging violence against law enforcement officers who are trying to keep our country safe.
The Trump administration steps up ICE raids and mass deportations. One tech developer is pushing back with an app designed to track ICE activity in real time. It's called ICEBlock, and it's controversial to say the least. Senator Claire Duffy is with us now. How does this work, Claire, and what are the legal implications?
Yeah, John, I talked with Joshua Aaron, who is the longtime tech worker who developed this platform, and he said he really wants it to be an early warning system for people about the location of Immigrations and Customs Enforcement officers.
Look, Lawrence, you and I talk about this. Assaults against ICE is up over 500%. Now you got an app that's going to tell where ICE operations are going to be. It's only a matter of time for ICE agents are ambushed by some nut, like what happened in LA, throwing a Molotov cocktail, throwing bricks at these officers. This is just disgusting at every level.
Now, we understand Florida is building a detention centre for undocumented migrants. It's been dubbed Alligator Alcatraz. It appears to be working politically very well for DeSantis. There is some blowback. Take a look at this.
Wherever your spiritual place is, find it in your hearts to pray for these people who are lost so that they
there's always a protest, but you know, this is what people in the US voted for. What is the broader sentiment in Florida around the construction of this detention centre?
Well, I do live in Florida. I live not too terribly far from the Everglades, which is where Alligator Alcatraz is going to be constructed there. Look, this is a brilliant move by our amazing Governor Ron DeSantis, our amazing young Attorney General James Uthmeyer, who was formerly the governor's chief of staff. Now he's our Attorney General there. They're working hand in glove to get this thing up and running there. They're trying to do a number of things, but the number one thing that they're trying to do, Karoline, is to establish Florida as the red state that is most willing, able, and eager to assist President Donald Trump, to assist DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, to assist our so-called border czar Tom Homan in effectuating what Tom Homan has referred to as the largest mass deportation operation in the history of the United States there. Once upon a time, Florida was a swing state. This is the state that decided the 2000 presidential election. Once upon a time, Florida was a state actually that, although people here didn't want to talk about it, there were a lot of corporations that benefited from illegal alien labor. All of that has changed under Governor DeSantis. Governor DeSantis is many things. He's a brilliant leader, a brilliant statesman. He's also very, very tough on the illegal immigration issue there. And he leads by example because the sentiment in this state has followed Ron DeSantis there. Again, this is a state that once upon a time was pretty split down the middle on the illegal immigration issue. But as DeSantis has just led through his rhetoric and his policies and just the way that he sets an example there, the people of Florida have followed. But again, I think the goal is really to establish Florida as the nation's leading red state, dare I say, perhaps even more so than Texas, which once upon a time was the nation's most iconic red state. But regardless of how you split it, whether it's Texas, Florida, Tennessee, Arizona, whatever it is there, this is very healthy red state competition. Basically, red states essentially trying to out-conservative each other, all trying to kind of win, you know, the ultimate favorable glance of President Donald Trump. It's a very healthy competition, I think.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your insights, Josh Hammer.